BORTLE here at the Houston, Texas Regional with Whoa. Please introduce yourself to the world, man.
My name is Bain. Today I made 6th place playing Plunder Patrol, Adventure Plunder Patrol.
Hold up. Top 8, a 10-round regional.
Yes, it was almost a YCS.
Almost 600 players.
Yeah.
With Plunder Patrols.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That's crazy, honestly.
Okay. So what beat you in Swiss?
I lost to Kobe, round 3. He opened just phenomenal. He opened better than I did, you know. But he's a good player, so I'm not gonna down him in that. And then I think round 8, I ended up tying with the Trap Tricks player because that game took a little long. But other than that, we just won it out.
Any shout outs before we begin?
Yeah, shout outs to everyone in San Antonio. I won't really name too many names specifically, just because I don't want to miss anyone. But definitely shout outs to my friend Matthew from high school. Shout outs to everybody I rode in the car with today. And, you know, shout outs to Gene for making 5th.
God, yes. Well, without further ado, please show us the Plunder Patrol top 8 goons.
All right. So I'll start with the non-adventure Plunder stuff. So 3 Ash. This card is phenomenal right now. Honestly, I wish I could just play more. It's really that good right now. Just simplifies game states, and that's really all you can ask for. So I did play 3 Dark Ruler. I know this is a card you probably don't see in a lot of lists, but I have to explain why.
Okay.
So in most lists, you see Book of Moon, Book of Eclipse. For my deck, the gimmick of like Plunder Patrol is it works with your opponent's attributes. So I don't want to put any of them face down because then I can't Blackbeard, I can't Whitebeard, you know, stuff like that. And even then, like, just giving your opponent potentially more cards with like Eclipse is like really bad for you because you're trying to limit their card economy while, you know, bettering yours. So Dark Ruler just turns off the board because you probably weren't going to kill him anyways, to be completely honest. So you turn it all off. You can just kind of throw your 5 cards at them, you know, banish stuff, hit stuff, and then just like pass turn on your own chips, and like that's probably just good enough. So just one of those cards to help simplify the game state. I also played 3 Tactics. I see a lot of lists not play multiples of these. This card is broken. I think every single time I've resolved this card in the past 3 weeks, I've just won the game outright. Card's insane. This card has just been like amazing for me through Econ. It has a lot of good synergy with the deck inherently, which a lot of people like don't really think about until like it happens, which like I'll just kind of do now. So like both of these have the same effect where on your opponent's turn as a quick effect, you can summon a Plunder Patrol monster from your extra deck with whatever attribute matches it from their field or grave. You summon it on out then, and if you do, you equip this to it. So you can go like Chainlink 1 and then Chainlink 2, tribute this off, take a monster, and then summon a ship because they don't like have to be on board to resolve.
Oh, wow.
So you can like, it's just like you take their cards, like they won't kill you, you control the game state, because like Plunder at its core is just like a control deck. So yeah. And then we did play Harpy's Feather Duster. I don't want to deal with back row. And it came in clutch. In my 10th round of the day, game 1 I did this, and it just won me the game outright on its own. And he's playing Labyrinth, so. And then we do have a Foolish Burial. This works really, really well with both engines, being able to send the Adventure engine, of course, and then like you can send Golden Hair to revive itself. You can send any name to add it back with Jord. You can add it back with Black Eyes, or just, you know, getting more stuff engraved, which is like extremely like, it's really good, which people don't like, I think, underestimate.
Can I get you over here real quick?
For the Adventure engine, so 3 Enchantress, the Griffin, 3 Rite of Erissamir, 1 Fateful, 1 Jago back, and 1 Zaralam. I don't know what this card does, except for the fact that I think the token, when your token kills something, I think it can burn them for the damage of whatever it is. The reasoning for this, spoiler alert, is I play Ancient Fairy Dragon. So the combo is like you open a tuner plus like Enchantress, and it helps like weaker hands like actually play and get a good card economy. Because like a lot of people don't know this, but when you like special summon this, you can activate an effect on field, which like puts this in the field spell zone. A lot of people don't know that, so it like mind blew everyone today when I did it. And they were just like, oh, what's this for? And I'm like, I summon this, and I pop this, and I get like the Plunder Patrol field spell. And they were just like, Jesus, that's really good card economy. And then you can banish this, you can add this, and now you have a free discard fodder. So it's really good. And like doing that's just like a 2-card combo. And now for the Plunder engine, so we have 3 Golden Hair and 3 Whitebeards. I think that you should max out on each of the tuners, especially in a Kashira format. I see a lot of lists play like less than 3 of this, and I just think that's like really whack. I don't really like the logic behind numbers, just because like we're in a Kashira format, they're banishing your cards, and like so many times they banished 2 of these, and having the third one has just like come up and won me the game outright because of that. So like I would never not play 3 of each. It's also consistency at the end of the day. Like this is your graph, this is like your, I don't know what to compare it to. Like, this card's ridiculous. And I explained the first effect on this one. The secondary effect is if it's sent from your hand or your main monster zone to the grave, you can E-tele, so it's a graph. It summons any other Plunder Patrol monster from your main deck except itself. So that's very, very important. So they're all 4s. This one's is like usually the best one because when this isn't grave, you can just discard any card to summon itself out. So this one like helps you play through Nibiru and like hand traps in general. And that has another effect. It doesn't really come up, but the main effect is like you can send a face-up Plunder Patrol monster card on your field to the grave. You even send the ones in the spawn trap zone, or Plunder Patrol monster from your hand to grave to summon itself out. Okay. So it extends. And then we do have 3 Bluebeard and 3 Black Eyes. These are both extenders. Again, I think it's really silly that people just play less than 3 of these. They're extenders. You want to keep playing as much as you can, and just hard opening these cards like makes your life like so much easier. Like hard opening, like I think I did like almost every round today. Like hard opening these 2 is just like the best thing you can do. And what they do, so this one, if you control a Plunder that's not just only him, you can reveal and special summon himself. And then if you send from the main monster zone or your hand to the grave, you can discard a card, just draw a card. So it's an Upstart Goblin, and a deck that needs card economy, that values off getting stuff from your hand to grave. So you can only imagine how good this is. This one, you target any Plunder monster in your grave, it special summons itself and then puts the one you targeted to your hand. And then the secondary effect, which doesn't really come up much, but it can. If it's sent from the main monster zone in your hand to the grave, you can target any Plunder monster in your spawn trap zone, summon in defense position. So sometimes like you can do like cool plays on your opponent's turn. And then for the final one, Redbeard, I only play 1. It's not bad, but it is slow. So, and especially since you're playing the Brave engine, like you don't really want to max out on this because this one's like kind of bricky. And then 3 of the Field Spell, which is like kind of like the best card in the deck. Once per turn, discard any card, search a Plunder card that's not this. Yes, it's that like ridiculous. The Graveyard effect is you can target any Plunder card in your spawn trap zone. It sets itself and then bounces the card to your hand. So it's always like recyclable. And then the condition effect is like every Plunder monster you control gains 500 attack for each Plunder card in the spawn trap zone. So it doesn't count itself, but like your ships get like really huge and like just attack over things, then you kill really easily because of it.
Okay. What's main deck count?
Main deck count is 40.
Oh god, yes.
Oh god, yes. For the extra deck. So one Ancient Fairy Dragon, this card has been a blessing ever coming off the ban list. Just it helps so much with consistency issues. Zeus, this card single-handedly steals so many game 1, stole a lot of games today. It stole, I think, every cash game I had last week at a case tourney. Just econing, taking a Rise Heart, and then just like attacking, Zeusing, and just clearing the board. Especially even against like Trap Trick today, I would just like take their Redoers or their, their Trap Trick Xyz, just make Zeus, and it was just like ridiculous. One Omrage, because you can do a lot, since a lot of them are like under 1,000 attack or under. And then Lingray Bow, this is just for Ibly. You can like play through Ibly, but if you don't like want to like try to do it, you can just do this. And it also kind of makes like your cash opponents like choose between these 2. And then for the rest, which is all Plunders, 3 Blackbeard. This one's mandatory at 3. I would never recommend playing this less than 2. It comes up every single time. If your opponent knows what your deck does, they always hit this with like Diablosis and Unicorn. Yeah. Then like it's annoying when they do that, but they have to. But the main effect of this is that you target any effect monster you control. So it can target itself, any other effect monster you control. You summon a Plunder monster from your extra deck with matching attribute on your opponent's side of the field of grave. And then whatever monster was targeted gets equipped to the monster that was brought out, and you mandatorily draw a card. Okay. So like, just being able to do this for a Plunder card and get all these effects off is just insane. And then we do have 2 lists, 2 Mork, 2 Bran, and also 2 Jord. So I'll kind of go over these. Been doing it all day. So we'll start with lists, kind of like the better one. This one says that whenever your opponent activates a monster effect, you can discard a Plunder card to go ahead and negate the activation, destroy it. And if it's equipped with a Plunder card while you did that, and you did destroy it, you can add any Plunder card from your deck to your hand. So you can only imagine the card economy. The secondary effect is during the main phase as a quick effect, you can special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from your spawn trap zone or your hand to the main monster zone. So it just helps you extend and keeps like pushing through cards, which like makes your opponent like kind of have to like, force certain things out, like Book of Eclipses and whatnot. Mork, the one I probably summon the least. It's not bad, but there's don't summon it that much. This one, you target any effect monster your opponent controls, discard a Plunder Patrol card, banish it, and then you can add any Plunder Patrol spell trap from your deck to your hand on resolution. And then if it has material, it's a ding for all Plunder cards. Okay. Bran, this is the Cosmic Cyclone of the deck. And this one, you discard a Plunder Patrol card, target any spell trap your opponent controls, banish it, then you can add any monster on resolution. And then it gives all other fiends a 500 attack boost. So like this plus a field spell, like it just helps you kill like so easily. And then the God card. Yeah, this is the new one. So the first effect on this, which a lot of people didn't like actually realize today, is whenever your opponent special summons a monster, you can actually just add a Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand, and then if it's equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, it also summons one on out. So this is kind of like your double helix. And once people understand that, they're just like, Jesus Christ, this card's ridiculous. And it also has 3k defense, so it's really hard for them to get over your cards at that point. And then the main effects of this card, which is like the ones you use the most, is that when it's in the monster zone, you can go ahead and target any Plunder card in your graveyard, you add it to your hand, and then it puts itself in the scale. And then while it's in the scale, you can go ahead and declare any attribute, summon a level 4 Plunder Patrol token of that attribute with 0/0 stats in defense position on both sides of the field. So this helps your like turn 1 problem of like trying to like not blind a Blackbeard, because like blinding this is like really bad, just considering how many like outs there are to this card. But like you can now just give them a light token, and then you can like summon your list, because it's like the best one to summon blindly. And then not only that, you give them a token, they can't evenly you, they can't lightning storm you, they can't like imperm you if they draw for turn. Like their field's taken up, and there's so many cards that just indirectly like messes up with. And like, you know, and like with Koshira's big deck in this format, you just give them a token and they just can't summon their monsters. They have to devote their whole hand into just like trying to get rid of the token, which is good for you, because like the less their card economy is, the better. Yeah. So that is Jord, and that is the extra deck, which is 15 cards. 3 Jewel and Lockbird. This card did very well today, honestly. MVP of the side deck. 3 Lancia. I didn't really see it much today or last weekend, but when I did, I mean, it was broken. I think it just won me the game outright. I think today, I did only end on a Blackbeard because that's all I could do, and then he like tried to evenly me. I just chained Lancia, and he was a cash player, so he just like couldn't do anything after that.
Oh man.
And I was like, all right, cool. You know, I just summoned Jord, and then he summoned monsters, and the game was over after that. This card, which clutched my last 2 matches, Royal Decree. The reasoning for this is that I just don't want to deal with trap decks.
Oh my
it's not that like they're that hard. It's just the less thing I have to do, the better. And like I don't really have much traps in here. As you can see, the main deck has no traps. Yeah. So it's like I'll turn them off, and I can just play as brain dead as I feel. But if I don't have this, I can like deal with the traps. It's just like a bit more of a grind, but this just makes it to where you can just like auto win. Okay. Like legitimately, like my last 2 rounds, I flipped this, the game was over. And then D-Barrier, this card is just ridiculous right now. You flip this against most decks, you win. And the other perk about this deck is that you can see there are one of many types of this extra deck. So D-Barrier doesn't hurt you as bad as you think it does. Like in the corrected, like in a really like good timing, it can hurt you at times, but a lot of people, you know, obviously don't know how to get to that really complicated game state, so they just like flip it generically, call synchro, which is not bad because you don't, obviously they don't want you to summon this, but you can just like summon your Mork, summon your list, you still have big bodies, and you just like, they're still dealing with cards. So it's just really good to like make them choose. And then 3 evenly matched. Another card that was MVP today. Sorry, I didn't lose my voice. I've been talking all day, explaining all these effects.
Oh, dude, we were here for like over 12 hours, so it's...
Dude, yeah, 10 rounds, by the way.
7:30.
Yeah, it's... And yeah, I didn't start forever.
Well, hey, congrats. History-making regional right here. Top 8 of Plunder, Houston, Texas. Regional.
Absolutely, man.
Sweet. Well, thanks again, man, for being on the channel, right?
All right, thank you, Bortle.
And, yeah, that's going to be it. Bortle out.